right, guys, what's going on? I know that it's been a while since I made a video. I didn't get to do any of the short Bitcoin analysis videos this week. I was having tons of technical problems with my drivers and with my recording software. So now that I've got all of that stuff figured out and I'm feeling better, my wife was sick. None of that is an excuse. It's just I've had a lot going on at my house. So I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive video today. It's going to be around 10-15 minutes. I hope that you stick with me. Smash the like and subscribe button. And first, I'm going to take a look at the dollar. And I'm going to point out a couple things that I think are very important. And then after that, we're going to get into Bitcoin and taking a look at naked charts and fibs, as I mentioned the other day as well. So let's go ahead, dive right in. First chart up is the dollar. So I did make a post on this earlier today. I think that this is very important. Familiarize yourself with Adam and Eve reversal patterns. That's what we're seeing here. Okay. So these can be bottom formations. They can also be top formations. So if you are in an uptrend, you would see something like this, a sharp V-shaped recovery that ends up rejecting, and then a long swooping consolidation pattern. Typically the second half of this turns into some kind of cup and handle pattern where you see some kind of flag or potentially like a wedge or something like that at the end of the pattern. Now, I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this pattern here, but I do know that this is something that I've been watching very closely for a couple weeks now. Just the amount of bullish volume here. It's very interesting because normally what ends up happening is this peaks off like really quickly. Normally you get these really nice peaks and whatnot. And through here, this is why I know that this might be a bottom forming, is through here we had very, very gradual. It wasn't like a sharp peak in volume and one quick spike. It was like a very gradual and then very slow decrease of volume here. So even during this, this was a very sharp move to the downside, but we didn't really see a super sharp move in the volume. Most of this stayed pretty even through here. Okay. Most of these tops of the volume bar stay pretty even. So definitely consolidation. Obviously we had that really dip in low volume down here while it just kind of like died and consolidated. But I really like seeing that this whole thing with this huge spike up in the price didn't really translate to something, like this, where we saw like a really big peak of volume and then it die off immediately. It's been really slow and gradual. That's what you really like to see when you start looking for trend reversals and you start aiming and start moving your eyes toward the volume. Now, the momentum obviously could be a little better. Obviously, this is bullish and in bullish territory. So I'm not really going to go over that too much, but just make sure that you keep your eyes on this pattern. It's something that not very many people I've seen charting or talking about. And it's very possible that, we come back down, test. Normally you don't want to see a retracement more than like 50% from like where your top is. So if we were going to be testing, about the 105 level, which would be about here, you really wouldn't want to see below like 102.87 or so, call it like 102.90, 103. That's kind of like the max that you would want to see out of any kind of retracement from here. Is about down to here, and then that would be the handle of your cup and handle or whatever it is, and start moving to the top side. The ideal situation would be something like this: a move to the top side, a break, and then some kind of a retest to hold to confirm this move, and then continue up higher to the top side. Obviously, this would be bearish for the other markets. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at Bitcoin now. So monthly close, it's looking like we had a spinning top last month. This month, obviously, we're in the red, bearish momentum. Okay, so this is the first month where we've gotten some actual confirmed increased bearish momentum here with a bearish engulfing candle. Prior month was a spinning top. So if we come back down, we'll take a look at the weekly chart here. I just want to go into this real fast. Again, we're going to look at volume. We're going to look at OBV. We're going to look at our horizontal levels here. we're still pretty much just hanging on by a thread. We're still in a very horizontal area of consolidation here right now. While we did make our high, okay, this was a high, and then we had a low here. Then we had a lower high here. Okay, we had a lower low here. We have another lower high here. So clearly we are in a downtrend right now. Some people are calling this just a massive channel. Some people are calling this a bull flag. I'm going to get into that in just a second. But basically what you need to know is key levels that we don't want to be losing is basically 26K at this point. Like we don't want to see close below 26K. If that happens, we're definitely moving down to be retesting our next major monthly level here, which is right around 25,000. I wanted to talk on fibs for a moment. And in order to do that, I'm just going to bring up just a naked chart for now. If you want to look at fibs, okay, this is one way to be doing it, is you take, you just measure your last leg up. Okay, it doesn't have to be super perfect. Oh, look, we tapped off of our 0.618. This is where I kind of want to give a tip of the hat to CryptoMain for putting this in one of his videos, is that he explained in one of his little shorts or whatever that, yeah, fibs, all of the fib traders and stuff, they always want to say that, oh, yeah, look, we magically bounced off of the 618. When in reality, sure, it's probably a mathematical level of some sort. Like clearly here, there was obviously it's the golden pocket, but it's also probably a technical level, right? Like there's got to be probably something else that's going on here of why the price bounced there. It didn't just bounce because math. Okay, that's normally not a thing, especially in crypto. Technically, these are really key levels. Obviously, there's millions of traders all around the world that are eyeing these levels. Yes, that contributes to it to some point. But again, tip of the hat to Main for really just honing in the point of like, dude, you got to look left, right? Like, where are these consolidation levels? I mean, and if you look through here, there's a lot all through here, right? This level gets tapped a lot. Okay, and that's right at the 618 of what this move was. So yeah, there's a level there. Just like if you go back and you look at, okay, the 382, right? Well, look here and here and here, okay, and all this through here. Okay, this is obviously a key technical level as well as a mathematical one. So always keep that in mind. Just before we go, this is an off-the-cuff video. Like I'm not really going to be editing this or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of go through everything real quickly. Normally on my shorter analysis videos, I just edit them or I'll write talking points and stuff. I didn't do that at all today. It's just strictly let's focus on the price action. This is our last liquidity for the week. So this is probably going to be the last snapshot for this month. Okay. Since we're at the end of the week here. So we'll zoom into this real quick. I'll go into and then I'll go into my final thoughts about the legacy markets and macro. Okay, so if we take a look here, obviously tons of liquidity below us. It looks like we have a really nice pool down here to about 26.6 or 26.5 or so. That would be a pretty nice point to be hitting. Obviously, our daily candle here doesn't really look too nice. 26.5 from here isn't really that far below us. It's basically like these consolidation wicks here. Okay, so like this right here, that's basically the level that you're looking at. Okay, is in that zone. Or, if you really wanted to, this little order block here from this candle, okay? That's pretty much where you'd be looking, some kind of like a double tap. We've also seen Bitcoin do this before where it kind of gives you the middle finger, and then make some kind of a move to the top side or downside and just gives you like a big fuck you pattern. Not really a head and shoulders. That's kind of the level that you're going to be looking for then. Lots of liquidity, nice little block there on the weekly. If you go to a month, if I can get this to refresh quickly, not really too much. There's just that one little liquidity pool on the week. And that's pretty much it. We're just kind of sitting in the middle of nothing now on a lot of these higher look back periods. So like 1 month, there's really nothing around us. On the 3 months, so on looking back 90 days, there's just a really huge pool of liquidity below us. Still tons of longs from like the 25 and under area that just still have not closed out. I'm pretty sure that if we start breaking these lows and start tapping into a lot of this liquidity down here around 25.6, like another 1,000, 1,500 below us, that's when we'd probably see like a really big cascade. We would lose a lot of support. And that's where you'd see some kind of a reversal to be moving into deeper areas, right? Like, again, if you want to really pull a fib for this whole thing and you want to look left for clues, your first stop after that would be probably around here, around this 382 level. Well, why? Well, because it's also a nice technical level of consolidation and support all through here, okay? And probably even further back, okay? So look left always gives you clues. Look at liquidity. That stuff always gives you clues as well. In the high time frame, that's definitely a scenario that I'm not ruling out. There's a ton of untapped liquidity here, so I'm not going to be ruling that out. But in general, for the monthly close and just like a week look back period, it's pretty much just this little tiny pool below us at 26.5 for now. If we take a look at our individualized levels, I'll refresh this real fast. Yeah, again, pretty much 26.5. There's this nice pool here. If we go ahead and we zoom in to just this stuff, okay, it looks like there's a ton of 25, 50, and 100 X's down to about 26.5. Then there's like maybe one or two smaller 50s, but for the most part, there's really not too much here. So again, like if we were going to get a sweep, it would be this first sweep, and that's probably it. We definitely sweep these two lone 100X longs that are closer to the price action. Probably some of these 100X shorts too, in both directions. Now, you guys hear me talking about, downside and stuff. That's just because the market is down today. Overall, this market has been up for the better part of, pretty much since, November after after FTX, basically. It consolidated and we've been pretty much up only for the most part ever since. It's really just going to depend on how this range that we're in resolves. I mean, are we actually just flagging here and we're going to see a breakout of this channel and a continued move to the top side to potentially throw us into a new overall macro bull market? Or are we going to lose very key support at 25K, and start retesting, lower consolidation levels in here, around 20, 21, 22K. So those are the kind of two scenarios that I'm putting together. I hope that kind of clears up for you guys. I know that I just kind of threw a lot at you. I'm not really going to make the video longer and get into the macro like S&P 500 stuff. I'll save that for another video or my stream. Make sure that you smash the like and subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. I stream every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central for Beers and Bitcoin, and go over like more macroeconomic stuff, kind of give updates on like Venom Algo and stuff like that. So make sure that you stay tuned. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment down below if you guys enjoy this content or if you want to see more of it. And until next time, happy trading.